are live. Yep, we're good. We are live. Okay. It's chase season again, baby. You get paid? I don't think they can hear you, Jim. Can you hear me? Yeah. I don't think they can hear you, Jim. Can you hear me? Yeah, it's the sound's not come. I mean, I'm looking at the stream right here, and your sound's not coming through. Well, how was that? Yeah. Okay. How about now? Can you hear? Can they hear? The sound coming through now?
See? Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know if anybody online can hear you.
Matt, I'm going to try something on my end and see if it'll work. It may just be well. Let me get to it.
Oh, hold on. There goes Jim.
Yes, I don't know if anybody online can hear you.
Online.
Yes.
Matt, I'm gonna try something
Oh,
he unmuted it.
There we go.
I think we might be. Do we have cameras? My feed don't have our pictures.
Oh, there we go.
I think we might be.
Okay, I'm hearing everybody through the stream now.
It sounds like a loop.
Yeah. So if anybody is listening, any of us here is listening, we need to shut that volume down. I'm gonna bring up our stream. If can you guys take a look and make sure everybody can hear us at home?
The chat says yes, they can hear us.
Okay, perfect. So real quick, nobody could hear me before. I'm not going to repeat everything. What we're going to do, I'm going to do a brief introduction here. Of course, we've got from 417 Storm Chasers, we got Matt Jones. He is our lead engineer for Team Havoc is here. We've got our Jeff Smith Storm Chaser. We got Nader Boys, both Isaac and Levy, and Derek Dunn. He is also an independent Storm Chaser, and he travels with Nader Boys as well. And then, of course, myself, I'm with Subby's Weather Talk, also lead forecaster, atmospheric forecaster for Radford Media Group, as well as Subby's Weather Talk and for Midwest Mezzo. So we like to do this every time that there is a threat for severe weather of this caliber that we're seeing a very rare 3 out of 5 moderate risk for severe weather here in eastern Kansas, west central Missouri. And what we are going to do, we have not seen this type of setup. And from the Storm Prediction Center, 4 days out since last March 10th of 2025. That's been the last time across the U.S. that they had 4 days out a level 3 out of 5 severe risk. So this is something that's rather unusual. So we thought we're going to get on here, do a roundtable discussion. We'll talk about what we think is happening out there. As far as the data and the models go, we are going to see who's going to be going out chasing these storms tomorrow and what their game plan is. So it's really informal, as you guys can see. We're working out all the cobwebs and the kinks now, so that when storm season really gets bearing down on us, we have our ducks in a row and ready to go. So first off, let's start with Matt Jones. Matt, why don't you talk to us a little bit about what you've done over the last year preparing for this storm season? There will be a little bit of a delay with Matt with some audio difficulties, but we'll let Matt go ahead and answer that question. That's awesome, Matt. And I know you put in a lot of time, a lot of money invested in these things. What's so cool about this, if you haven't, if you have not been to our website, midwestmezzo.com, you need to. It's such an awesome website. It's dedicated really for the research of our team, where you're gonna be able to see the live cams. We have a blog on there where you can kind of read up on the latest. We also have SPC, that's the Storm Prediction Center, latest outlooks right there at your fingertips. And you can also put in a storm report right from the webpage, and that is www.midwestmezzo.com. We're really proud of the website. It's going to continue to grow as we continue to get more data and research and try to get it into the hands of the professionals, from the National Weather Service to the Storm Prediction Center, so that they know what's going on the ground level. We can take a look at maps all we want. We can see what's happening up there at 2, 3, 4, 5, 8,000 feet above our heads, but what's happening on the surface? That's what we want to know. A lot of times when we're looking at radar depictions and we're seeing a hail core, that hail core might be suspended up 10, 15,000, 20,000 feet above our heads. We don't know if it's actually hitting the ground until we get a storm report. So if we know that we have 1/4-inch hail that's hitting the ground, we can let the National Weather Service know, and then they can get a warning out ahead of that cell to warn people. So we've got so many things geared up, ready to go. Josh is Matt's sidekick. He's also his boss. Just don't let that go. But
That's a loose term.
What's your take, big man? What's been going on with you over last year?
I mean, just over this winter, me and Matt's main thing was just trying to get equipment ready. And I'm terrible with technology, so Matt's been the brains of getting the probes figured out. I've just been trying to work with getting all the streaming stuff figured out. You don't realize how difficult that is until you're actually out on the road trying to make everything work. So I spent a lot of time getting that ready. But the really cool thing about these probes, just to kind of go back to that, with the amount of time and money Matt's put into this is like version, I don't know, 47 at this point. He's built different ones and they not worked, and got different voltage boards that he needed, instead of 3 to 5, then programming and back and left. So really the cool thing about this final product that we're going to use is the size of it. You think weather probes are always big, bulky. You see everybody trying to plop them down in front of a tornado. You know, the chances that you're actually going to intercept a tornado with one of these is very difficult. So the fact that they're built this way so we can get more data collected, and if one gets sucked up and eaten, congratulations, awesome, we accomplished our goal. But the cool thing is about this is that you could put 3 of these in the car in a seat next to you, and all you have to do is jump out. We've got 36-inch zip ties, and take this thing to a telephone pole or a tree or a stop sign, or, you know, something that's going to be secured, that's going to make it through the storm, that can pick up the data and be able to get everything recorded, registered, and then we can return back and get it. So switching the design from the giant first variant of a giant metal plate that took up a ton of room in the back of the car, with this design, like Matt's got it nailed down. Like you could take this bad boy and you could attach it to anything. So, and then, you know, we're all different. We're all so far apart. You put this in UPS, it's going to cost us $7. You tried to ship the other thing, it's coming LTL. You got a semi truck in your yard, it's sinking it. You need a forklift. Like there's no way we were going to get that thing shipped out to everybody. So
Yeah.
Big kudos to Matt on getting this done. It's an awesome feat of engineering to be able to do something like this from scratch. There's just no way. So I'm glad Matt, he's the mad scientist, not me. But as for going out, I know we're both expecting to go out tomorrow and go check out the first big one of the year. So I know that pretty much every other storm chaser is going to be out. I'm sure that you know, everybody's trying to take a long weekend just like we are. You know, luckily my boss is going to be at the dealership tomorrow and not me. So we're gonna have fun, extend the weekend out, and we're gonna go check out some stuff. If we see something, great. If not, we get to finally test run all of our equipment, and just excited to be out there and just see if we can catch anything. I don't even care if we see anything or not. It could just rain. Still gonna be a great time being out, just having fun. So
Well, one of the great things about being a storm chaser is, yeah, obviously goal of any storm chaser is to be able to capture a very photogenic tornado that's on the ground, that is not rain wrapped, and just a beautiful sight. That doesn't happen very often. Our research team, yes, that would be great if we're able to get some data on something like that, but it's more than just chasing after a tornado. We are chasing after, strong straight line winds, hail quarter size or larger. We want to know what the atmosphere is doing when those conditions are present. And then, of course, if we're able to capture a nice stovepipe on a camera, that's a little extra bonus right there too. But I tell you what, Jeff Smith, I'm going to go to you now, buddy. You better unmute that mic. So, you're a little bit of the turd in the punch bowl out there because you're way up there in Northeast Kansas. Why don't you tell us what's been kind of going on over the last year? I know you took a little hiatus from storm chasing for a little bit. I think we all need that from time to time. You're back in the saddle. You're ready to go. Tell me, what have you, maybe some upgrades you've done to the car, to your page?
So for me, latest upgrades, vehicle wise, may not have it set for tomorrow just yet, but it will be for the season. But I'm going to have an onboard weather station, upgrades in camera gear, streaming gear. Eventually, I've got a 360 cam that will be mounted outside the vehicle for 360 pan view, tilt view. The unique thing about this camera is if, say, we do get a tornado developing, I can program it to lock on the motion of that tornado, and it will track it for me without me having to do it by remote. So that's going to be a nice addition to my setup. Mainly just getting ready for the storm season. All eyes have been on tomorrow for this area up here. Really keeping my eyes on things, been staring at models. There's a lot of pretty good ingredients. I don't know if we'll get into more of the setup tomorrow a little bit later after everybody talks, but I'm looking forward to it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Let's check in with Nader Boys. And of course, they're stretched all across Western Missouri. We have Isaac up here in West Central Missouri, up around the Garden City, Creighton area. We got Levy and his wonderful family. They're down in Springfield area in Southwest Missouri. Guys, what's your take on why don't we start with Levy? Levy, what's been going on over the last year since we done this last time?
Well, really the excitement down here was a big snowstorm. We got to go through that. I hadn't seen snow that deep in a long time. So that was pretty fun. Isaac came down just the other day and we started working on, he wanted to get his car ready because we use his car for our chase. So we started getting stuff implemented into that and kind of seeing what the top of it was like now. He's got all new setup. And so that's pretty cool. He'll talk about that, but really, I didn't get the last 2 years. I just haven't really got to get out much. And I told Isaac to let you know, Jim, that you need to schedule these storms on days that I don't have softball games. So please do that this year so I can get out more. But I'm ready to go. Hoping we can get out tomorrow and see where we're going to go. But
that's awesome. Isaac, what you been doing to your car, man?
Well, finally put a rack on top of the car, so I'm able to mount stuff and not
nice rack.
Yeah, it is. So I don't have to worry fight the suction cups anymore. So which that thing actually was pretty powerful. I'll have to show you guys what it did, but if I still have it, I may have thrown it away. But anyway, mounted Starlink up there. I've got 3 cameras up that look at the passenger, driver, and out the back. Put a new power inverter in there today. That's what I've been doing all day. So I was trying to get everything up and going still. So other than that, that's really about it.
Awesome. Now I know a couple teams have upgraded this year with a little bit better internet service. I know I think Nader Boys, you guys upgraded to Starlink. Let's see here. I'm not sure. Josh, did your team get into Starlink also?
Matt is gone to Starlink. I'm still running off a hotspot. I stole Matt's WeBoost to try to run a hotspot with WeBoost to test that to see if that gives me enough bandwidth. If not, I'll have to switch to Starlink as well. But Matt's testing it out. They had just too good of a deal to pass up. If I already had money invested in other stuff, I would have jumped on board with his because he got a smoking deal on it. So
Yeah, and right now I think Starlink. We did that for emergency management as well. We have a hoist of new cameras that we are going to be putting up that we need Starlink because it's so simple. We have our command trailer. If there's ever an emergency, whether it's storm related, flooding, whether it's snowstorm, we can set up our command trailer. It has full access radios, amateur radios. We got a direct link with Homeland Security. And this thing's got a 75-foot hydraulic antenna, push button. It's got cameras all the way around it, generator tied to it. So now we have full internet access thanks to Starlink, in which I think it's like when you're active, it's like $50 a month. When you're not active, it's only like $5 a month when you don't have it active. And you do get a little bit of internet service even when you're not active, so that it can still update your computers and software you have inside the trailer. However, you don't have to pay the full price for it. So we took advantage of that as well. So Derek Dunn, you're up, buddy. You're up. Tell me what's been going on over this last year. What's your game plan for this year?
All season I did a lot of updating my knowledge on learning how to read radar. Obviously, this would be my second full year of doing this, so I'm still green, still trying to learn as much as I can. I'm probably not going to get out much by myself this year. I'm going to stick with the Nader Boys with Isaac and Levy, hoping we can get some good footage for you guys. I'm just excited that we finally get something other than some snow and some cold weather. I had plans this off season to do some storm chasing in the snow. Unfortunately, we only got that one little snowstorm, and it was nothing major to report on there. So I just hope that we can have a good year this year. I'm excited. Like you guys said, Matt's done a lot of work. I'm excited to see the probes in action. I'm just ready to go. It's itching.
Well, I can tell those of you that are watching this right now, I can tell you Derek Dunn is one of the most dedicated chasers that we have on the team. This guy is ready to go at a moment's notice. He has been online since about 7:20 last night for our little round table tonight. He was freaking out at 7:20. Said, "Where is everybody? It's about ready to start." And then he realizes it's only Wednesday. And so dedication at its finest.
That's right.
With Derek. Team Havoc. We saved the best for last, brother. Local West Central Missouri guy. He started with us also a couple years into the group. Man, this guy, he's full of energy, him and his team. Andy, why don't you go ahead and let us know if you've done any kind of upgrades on the Chase vehicle, what your plan for 2026 is going to be.
Yeah, so we just got new tires and wheels yesterday for it. So definitely a big need when storm chasing. We also upgraded to Starlink internet. So what? We also upgraded the starter.
Did you get spinner wheels?
Yeah, yeah. No, they actually came. Good grief, boys. But
This is what happens when it's been so long since we've gotten together.
85% nonsense,
How
15%
red Libby's face is
information.
getting.
pretty much. But we also got Starlink this year. So looking forward to have better internet through streams and stuff. And took some time off last year, spend time with the family, do some deer hunting. Had a pretty good deer season. Ended up tagging out on bucks, so that was a good time. So yeah, just looking forward to the new chase season. We're looking at some road trips this year. We're wanting to cover some more ground. So yeah, looking forward to the season.
Awesome. So one thing that we do that I look forward to every
Jim, pull it together here, man.
is I'm just a
Killing
giggle
me.
monster tonight. I'm a giggle monster. So one thing that we really like to do is we like to have ways that we can reach out to the community. I personally went to 18 schools in 2025, teaching kids from kindergarten all the way up through high school. We touch on storm safety. We touch on what causes a tornado to lift a car and throw it a half a mile. What is that principle? We do some great experiment. The kids just they eat it up. They love the science of weather, and so I know that Matt and Josh, those two went out. They talked to some kids. Jeff Smith, very active, going out and meeting up with some kids and teaching them the science of weather. And it's so fascinating. It's something that actually affects our day-to-day life. That is one thing, no matter what we do, what industry we're in, weather is going to affect us each and every day. And we love to go out and teach that science. So we kind of talked with everybody what our plans is for 2026. Let's talk about the setup that we have for later on tonight and into tomorrow. Jeff, let's start with you, buddy. Why don't you talk a little bit about what you've seen out there with the data, with the models, and what your game plan, if any, for tomorrow?
So yeah, with my area, I'm waiting for the next SPC update to come out, the Outlook update to come out. But there seem to be a lot of uncertainties. It seems like a good mix of the ingredients are going to be there, but timing, is the cold front that's fallen behind going to override this? Anything like that? Just prior to us coming on, I was taking some looks at the HRRR short range model there, and I'm like what I've seen between 0Z and 03Z, or that early to late evening hours, primarily in Northeast Kansas, Northwest Missouri. It appears that potentially we're going to maybe see a couple QLCS systems push through, maybe one, and then another wave not too long behind that. So I'm thinking like late afternoon, early evening, and then late evening, we'll see another mode. However, when I'm looking at these models, it doesn't look like currently that first wave would choke out everything. I'm still getting photographs and SKUTs that match TOR parameters when I'm looking between those two waves. Namely, like when I'm looking at storm relative helicity in the 0 to 3 kilometer, I'm seeing values at 300s and 400s. And then backing that up with 0 to 6 kilometer bulk shear, I mean, anywhere from 30 to 90 knots. And that's from the 0Z to 07Z. early evening to late overnight hours. And at that time, we're still rocking dew points at 60s. So some of the areas you do see some mixed layer Cape values, anywhere from 1,200 to 2,500 joules per kilogram. So the elements are going to be there. It's just where, if they can, where will these things pop? And I think that's kind of the unknowns. I definitely plan to be out. I will probably be out maybe as early as 4 p.m. Start looking at things, and then just see what the evening brings and track it from there. Seeing what I can target and everything. But I'm definitely going to be out.
So with the latest update that we had from the Storm Prediction Center, we're going to be getting another update tonight with a new day one risk assessment from the Storm Prediction Center. But here on your screen, you can see a very broad area of a level 3 out of 5, a moderate risk for severe weather here includes West Central Missouri, Northeast Kansas, Southwest Missouri. It's actually taken all of us under its wing on this moderate risk. And just like Jeff was saying, we do have a lot of ingredients that are going to be coming together. There's always several things that can happen. Number one, we could have the cold front, which, by the way, we're going to be heating up to close to 80 degrees tomorrow, guys. All right. And once that cold front moves through late tomorrow night, it's going to drop to 35, maybe 40 degrees in a snap of a finger. It's actually going to be pretty chilly come Saturday morning. But, we could see that cold front catch up with the dry line. And what happens then, those storms begin to ingest some of that colder northwest flow, and it chokes these storms out. I mean, we've seen it happen time and time again, especially early in storm season, such as March. There's so many things that can happen, but it's if it's going to happen, if there's going to be some cells that fire up in eastern Kansas, western Missouri, there's enough wind shear. And remember, there are two kinds of wind shear. There's directional wind shear and there's speed shear. Now, directional wind shear is when you have, say, southwest winds and northwest winds or northeast winds. Whenever you have two different directions of wind directions, then you actually get that rotation. There's also speed shear. Is that one level of the atmosphere, it's moving, say, at 80 miles per hour, and the bottom half of the atmosphere is only running 40 miles per hour. You get that speed shear, and that can also tilt those thunderstorms and create some rotation. So there's lots of ingredients that's coming together, but at the same time, there's a lot of things that Mother Nature can throw at us, some curveballs that could keep us high and dry for most of the day tomorrow. Let's go over to 417 Chasers. They are actually in the 10% hash risk for the threat of tornadoes. And so this is something. Let's talk to 417. What's your all game plan for tomorrow?
I mean, we're kind of the same as you guys. We're going to wait for the last update tomorrow morning to really assess what time we're going to go out. We're probably going to start out west. We haven't decided exactly how far, obviously. I'm actually lucky. I got some family that's going to be out in West Plains, so I might carry this thing as far as out that far out east, depending on the severity of it. But I know we're pretty eager tomorrow. I mean, me and Matt haven't set an exact time of it, but we might take our gear out and head out west a little earlier in the day, just to make sure that everything works and kind of do a couple test streams and try to get stuff more dialed in, because we've done a couple things and tested it and whatnot, but we're just trying to get everything nailed down perfect, because we don't want to get on a good storm later in the day and be buffering or have nothing that's working properly. So I think that
Great.
My mindset says that I'm probably going to be leaving, at early afternoon to head out, at least, probably, as where we're heading.
Okay. Dater boys, are you guys going to be heading out tomorrow?
The plan is yes. I'm not sure what time. We're gonna wait and see how things progress. Oh, I'm not sure exactly where we're gonna go either. Somewhere probably between Kansas City and Joplin area, somewhere in there.
That'd be a good round. What about Team Havoc? What are you guys going to be doing?
Yeah, so we're not 100% sure yet. Due for a live stream scheduled for 1 o'clock, I believe, but that could change. I kind of got my eyes on the same area too, kind of Kansas City down to Joplin area. That 5 to 7 p.m. golden hour time looks to be pretty prime. So
Yeah.
we're waiting for the new HRRs to come out, outlooks, everything else.
So speaking of ARRR, let's take a look here real quick at the latest ARRR. And there are some discrepancies on whether or not supercells are going to form in eastern Kansas, western Missouri early, or if we're going to get more of a linear style complex that moves through. The ARRR on the latest is showing that overnight tonight, we could start to see a few thunderstorms. Let's move this into, let's see here. Let's go through tonight. Let's see here. That's 7 o'clock tonight. Looked like right around the midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning time frame, there are going to be a few thunderstorms that is going to be out and about, mainly in northeast Kansas and eastern Kansas. And then as we go toward in the morning, we're going to see some thunderstorms that's going to be moving through west central Missouri in the morning. Now, they do have a potential to be severe, with hail being the primary threat with these cells that come through in the morning. And then, of course, as we go into the afternoon, that's when we are going to be watching for the possibility of some individual discrete cells to form. And any of those discrete cells do have that potential to be able to rotate. Looking at the rapid refresh model, we go through that same time period. Let's go through tonight. Now, as you can see, once we get to 1 o'clock in the morning, the rapid refresh model is showing a lot more activity in eastern Kansas, northwest Missouri, and these cells will weaken as we go into tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow afternoon, as you can see, there are some little discrete cells that are popping up as we go into tomorrow evening. And then here comes the cold front. This is going to be the linear complex that could have some quasi linear tornadoes, little spin ups, very weak, very short lived tornadoes are possible anywhere along that cold front as it moves through. So, again, guys, these models are all over the place. Here is another short term model, the NAM. We put the NAM into motion, and we get to about what is that? Probably around and again midnight. We got that line of storms moving through. Likely we'll have some stronger cells in it. And then tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening, we could see some of these little discrete thunderstorms. And again, they could rotate. We're going to have to keep a close eye. And then here comes the cold front with that line of thunderstorms that moves through the area as we go into late tomorrow evening. So, three different models. They're relatively similar. We know we're going to get rain and thunderstorms. It's whether or not those individual cells tomorrow afternoon should happen to be discrete and supercellular, and that I do believe is going to be our biggest threat is the possibility of seeing some of those supercells develop out there in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. A little better ingredients down around the triple point down in southwest Missouri, and that's the reason why they are under that 10% higher risk to see a few tornadoes down there in northwest Arkansas into southwest Missouri. So, taking a look here real quick, we're going to kind of wrap things up here. This is what they call the significant tornado parameter, or the STP. This takes into consideration the shear as well as other smaller ingredients. And once you get up to around a 3, 4, 5, 6 range, is relatively significant. And as I put, this is actually for, let's say, this is for in the morning, actually. This is about 11 o'clock to midnight. This is from the rapid refresh model. And then as we go into tomorrow, after the front done patch, you notice how that significant tornado parameter just disappears, and that's because all that colder air is going to be coming in from the backside of that on late Friday night into or Saturday morning, and that's going to cool us down, and of course that's going to suck all the energy out of our atmosphere. So any final words from any of you guys? Right now, I think I think everybody's gearing up, ready to go. The ingredients are there. Now is what I like to call the now casting time frame, in which we really have to see how the atmosphere is going to react come tomorrow afternoon. Any last words from you guys?
I don't know about last words, Subby, but might be a good time to reference your event Monday.
Yes, sir. And matter of fact, let's just talk about that right now. I'm going to jump over to Facebook for Monday night, and want to invite everybody here to the Benson Center. Starts at 6 o'clock. We're going to have a meet and greet with Storm Chasers. We're going to have actually a couple from Columbia, one from St. Louis, and Rescue 136 that they extend all the way up. They extend all the way up into Minnesota, and they're made up of volunteer firefighters. They train extensively on swift water rescue. They are going to be there as well Monday night, kind of a meet and greet. We're going to be showing off our cars. We're going to have the seminar start punctually at 6:30. We got lots to talk about. We're going to learn how to read radar. We're going to have a video presentation from my man Gary Lezak from Golden, Colorado. He's going to talk about the LRC. That is a model that I've been following religiously over the last 20 years. Long range forecasting that is, you'll just have to see for yourself. It is exceptional. It's been nearly 90% active or 90% accurate on all the severe weather events of 2025. It's just incredible. We'll be diving into that. We're going to have raffles, prizes, hats, shirts. We're going to have magnets and window cleans. We're going to have all kinds of stuff we're going to be giving away. So invite you guys down Monday, March 9th at our Benson Center, 1080 Sedalia Avenue. We got plenty of room for everybody. Come on down, meet our storm chasers here, meet some storm chasers from far and away, and have a great time. So thanks, Jeff, for reminding me about getting that word out there to everybody.
I think tomorrow is definitely a day to stay weather aware. It just kind of all depends on that morning convection on what we see. But nonetheless, I think definitely stay weather aware, have a way to get your warnings, and we'll do our best to keep you updated on our side. So
Absolutely, and that's also another big point I want to bring up is that each one of us, we have our own weather page. Of course, Subby's Weather Talk, Team Havoc, you have your Facebook page. Nader Boys, they have their Facebook page too. I encourage everybody that's watching this, go to Facebook, look up our Storm Chasers, 417 Storm Chasers down in Southwest Missouri, Jeff Smith Storm Chaser up in Northeast Kansas. Follow our pages. And of course, if what we're going to be, we're going to have a little handout on Monday night. Anybody that wants to help support our storm chasers, it is not cheap. They'll be the first one to tell you. Andy just said he got new tires on his truck. Now I'm sure that was a few $100. And the upkeep on the vehicles and equipment. I know you guys have shown a lot of love to Subby's Weather Talk. I want to extend that to our storm chasers and try to help them out as much as we can because a big component of storm chasing, fellas, if we can maybe do it in unison, what's the most important item in a storm chase?
Snacks.
Snacks. You gotta have snacks, and the Casey's in Kabul. That is a storm chaser paradise down there.
Hot spot. I'm telling you. Hot spot.
Yes, yes, yes. So, we got to keep these boys fed and energized up. So definitely want to make sure everybody gets a chance to come to the seminar Monday night. We are going to have a great time. There's going to be a lot of knowledge, maybe an experiment or two we might be doing on Monday night. So I can't wait to get everybody together. So if there's Matt, why don't you say a couple words here to end us out for tonight? Maybe how we can find your Facebook page, your social media, and how we can find some information about how you make these probes.
They can't hear you, Matt.
Okay, well we can't hear
I
Matt.
can I can try to pump Matt's voice back through, but you guys are gonna hear it too.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right.
So
Let's
Can you hear me
so
now?
here
Can you hear
is
me now?
Matt. Here is
Can you hear
Matt's
me?
page right here, and this is 417 on Facebook. You guys can go there. They have people manning radar during severe weather events. If you live down in Southwest Missouri, they do a great job getting warnings, watches, advisories out to everybody. Real
Make
quick,
sure you show the 417 Storm Chasers community page as well. That's
yep.
where we have like that's our closed group that has a lot of the community in it. I mean, almost 30,000 followers on there. People post pictures of storm damage, questions. So it's a pretty cool group. We have a lot of help on this page from some other people doing some admin stuff for us. So big shout out to them. That it's just a really cool page. We got a lot of information on there. We got a lot of help with it for sure. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. And then of course we do have Nader Boys. They have their Facebook page as well. And I know Isaac does a really good job keeping up with West Central Missouri's weather, giving everybody kind of a heads up on what's going down here in West Central Missouri. He does a really good job. One thing that Isaac and Nader Boys do is they really work hard on the camera networking, and we have a hoist of cams throughout western Missouri and into southwest Missouri that you can pull up right on our MidwestMeso.com webpage that we're going to show here in just a second. Make sure you give Nader Boys a follow. Team Havoc, they also do a great job updating the community on what's happening out there. I know they spend a lot of time on their Facebook page getting information out to everybody. And again, the way I look at it, guys, we are all in this together. The more ways we can get information out to people, the safer that they're going to be. It doesn't make any difference to me whether you follow my page, Team Havoc, Nader Boy 417, as long as you're getting the information, we had made it a success. So I follow them all and I go to their pages as well. Subbyweathertalk.com. You can go there. I try to make this kind of a one-stop shop. We actually have there's so much stuff on here, guys. We haven't even begun to touch into what we've worked with on weather-wise. I know 417, they are live on weather-wise when they are out storm chasing. You can find the links to my YouTube page, National Weather Service. We can listen to National Weather Service radio if we want. There's just tons and tons and tons of information on this page. And now let's look at Midwest Meso, something that we're all very proud of. This here has the Storm Prediction Center current information. If you want to see what's going on, you can check out Day One Convective Outlook. Click on that. It takes you instantly right to the SPC page. So that's excellent. We also have our blogs if you want to know what's going on in and around West Central, Southwest, and Northeast Kansas. You can check out our blog. We also have WeatherWise Radar. And then this is what Isaac was implemental as far as getting done. And that is our sky cams where you can sit there, go to so let's look at Dayton real quick. You go look at Dayton, and there are tons of cameras there. You can pick one. And let's go ahead and oh hush. Let's go ahead and bring that up to full screen. Now we have a live view looking north from Dayton, Missouri. You can see the storms coming in. We've Isaac has captured some awesome photography, awesome time lapse videos from these cameras, and they are there for you to view as well. So, very proud of.
So from the map, if in the members input, if you go to the map function, it's hyperlinked to all of the MODOT cams as well. They're integrated in it. If you go into the member input,
Yes, yep, that is right. So you go to members input. It'll take it just a second for it to load here real quick. And then right up here, you have input data. You can record weather data. There's all the records. And then, of course, there's the map right there that you can click on. All the alerts around the area. National Weather Service active alerts. Awesome information. And then there is the camera. If you guys go down here, make sure that you click traffic camera. And there's a list of all of the MODOC cameras at your fingertips. Just incredible. And again, one stop shop where you can go to a web page, find all of your information that you're looking for right there at your fingertips. And we're going to continue to expand on this over the course of storm season and into 2026. And I am just absolutely tickled and honored to be part of Midwest Mezzo. These are some great guys, some good dudes. We have a lot of fun, as you can see earlier. My gut is still hurting from laughing as hard as what I did, and I'm sure I'm going to get another good laugh after this video is over with. But I want to thank all the storm chasers for joining us. Thank you guys for joining our live stream again. We had a few cobwebs. We're still working out. We're going to have everything ironed out, and we're going to have to do it pretty quick because we have yet another severe risk early next week. And, what better timing than right after a severe weather seminar to go storm chasing. So we're all kind of looking forward to that as well. So for Midwest Mezzo, I'm Subby, and with Isaac, Matthew, Josh, Team Havoc, Nader Boys, Jeff Smith up there in Northeast Kansas. I want to wish you guys a great rest of your evening. Stay safe. Follow all of our pages with the latest updates for tomorrow potential severe weather throughout the area. And I'm sure that we're all going to be talking to each other very, very